Welcome back to Score, your ultimate insider's pass to Fairmont Crest. I'm here to let you know that if you thought life behind the gates was getting quiet, think again. This week, the tension is reaching a breaking point. While Nicole and Ted take a walk down memory lane to mark their anniversary, the ghosts of the past are refusing to stay buried. But the real danger is lurking in plain sight. Haley's schemes are finally catching up as her and Bill face a terrifying health crisis. She finds herself in a compromising situation. The search for Lynette is ongoing, and Tomas is digging for answers. But is he ready for what he'll find when Danny gets involved? Vernon makes a massive sacrifice for Martin, but at what cost? To his own future with Joey? Whether your team Dupree are just here for the fallout, grab your tea and settle in. It's time to go beyond the gates. Let's get into it.
Okay.
So, only 3 episodes this week, right? There was an UEFA championship coverage going on. So we only got 3 episodes, guys, out of this week. But no worry, they were jam-packed enough, at least to keep my attention, at least, and that's very hard to do. Very hard to do. Look, I can't even commit to a hairstyle. So if you can keep my attention, that's a good sign. All right, so we're gonna dive right on in. Let's get into the beautiful bunny, Nicole Richardson, and Ted Richardson. So we are dealing with this anniversary. I'm like, oh my
It's
goodness.
anniversary. Yeah.
Right. Plot twist anniversary, right? So it has to be some trauma attached to this anniversary. But at any rate, so this anniversary marks the anniversary of things that changed forever for Nicole Richardson, Ted Richardson, and so many people attached to them. So we're gonna get into how do we feel about Ted admitting he was intentionally tricked by Carlton. I mean, he intentionally tricked Carlton and Maui to get closer to Nicole.
I loved it.
Play a player or weak ass move.
No, it was great. I mean, it makes sense. Anybody would do it. I mean, let's be real. Anybody would do it. Especially like, look. This is what she looks like now. Can you imagine what she looked like back then?
Okay.
My goodness, of course I would have done it.
Howdy, boom, body. So is this a major red flag or a red flag for his character or a romantic gesture?
It wasn't necessarily a romantic gesture, and I don't think it was a red flag. I think he was just being honest. And I mean, all is fair in love and war.
All is fair and one of the greatest quotes ever. And so back then it says Nicole made the first move, but now with them both reminiscing, are they headed for a reunion or is it too late for Ted and Nicole?
I don't think it's too late. I just think it's too soon for them to get back together. I think we've got to see what happens between Nicole and her 2 beaux. I kind of think the way I'm okay. So I was watching something. A Tyler Perry something came on after I watched this on Paramount Plus, and I saw Carlton in that show, and I was like,
Divorce
sisters.
Both. Divorce sisters.
Yeah. I was like, how can you do both?
He played the jerk really well in that show, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I finished it.
And so I don't know. I don't know if she's gonna end up with Carlton. I kind of think what's the white dude's name?
Kyle.
I think she's gonna end up with him, and I think that's because he's trying to get his sons to meet her. I think they're trying to bring his sons to add some flavor to the show.
I'm not mad at that. I am interested to see how that will play out on film. So far, what they have been doing with this show is working. I like it. So speaking of Nicole and Ted, we have the bombshell, the registered nurse extraordinaire, Shanice. Right? I think Shanice is so playful and fun. At first, I was like, oh, she's messy as hell. She gets on my nerves. But I have grown to absolutely fall in love with her.
Yeah.
So, do you think he's doing a disservice to Shanice and kind of keeping her as a placeholder, or do we see a future with the two of them?
It's only been a year. He hasn't. Okay, so you were with someone for decades. You have two kids with this someone.
That's
A
all.
year is not long enough to get over all of that for even one of them. Just to be honest, I think both of them need to move on and then find themselves again. I think that's. I, I don't think he's playing Shanice. I don't. I just think that he hasn't resolved everything he needs to resolve.
I think that's fair, especially whenever he has to slip and just says, genuinely, like he just loves, like, this is what I love about you. She took that as I love you, and he corrected it. And so, whereas it kind of seems like a dick move, I was proud of him. Instead of just letting it fester and letting it go and making it seem like something it wasn't, I was glad that he was honest with her. Like, this is not where I'm at. I enjoy you, or what have you. This is not playing in your face, but I'm not there yet. And so
Hmm.
I appreciate that. Like, you can have fun, you can enjoy a person, and you just not be there yet. Like you said,
Yeah,
I don't think a year is enough time to override all the things that you had with your ex-wife. Very, very, very new ex-wife, right?
hmm 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 hmm
Oh my goodness. Okay. So let's get into this plasma plot, if you will.
yeah.
Get some alliteration for you there. So, goodness, our resident horrible undercover cop, Jacob.
You do not like this man. I
I
swear.
like him. I don't like him as a cop. A barista, sure. A greeter at Walmart, absolutely. Um, a J. Crew model, certainly. Polo model adjacent, any day of the week. But a cop, no, absolutely not.
Okay.
Um, so, so we know that. So Jacob is getting increasingly worried as we know that Grayson has been stabbed, right? So we have all of that drama that is escalating, right? And so we have Ashley who is getting into some criminal drama because of Grayson harboring him at the apartment, trying to do this makeshift healing thing, even though he clearly needs,
Stealing medicine from a hospital.
yes, still in medicine, right? And so, and which is another thing, and Leah's eyes are on Ashley like a hawk. So did Grayson put a permanent target on Ashley's back by going to her for makeshift medical care? Did he put a permanent target on her back?
I think if they find out, and the way, I mean, it wouldn't be a soap opera if they wouldn't find out. And so, yes, I think he has, but hopefully, the man you can't stand who will come through,
Lord, if the
along with Smitty. Smitty?
I am smitten with Smitty.
Smitty?
And you know what? You mentioned it last show, just a quick aside. You mentioned, like, man, they be like really close together. My goodness, they were sitting on that bed in the hotel room, and I'm like, okay, so I'm not making this up. You're not making this up. This is really happening. Like, why y'all sit so damn close together? This is weird. Now two grown ass men. Smitty fine. Smitty is fine. Let's not. Smitty is fine. You see that little dip right there? Smitty is fine. Okay. And I'm like, you and Jacob just be a little too close for my
A little too
taste.
familiar.
Just I
Too
don't
familiar.
know.
What are they? Cousin-in-laws? What are they?
At this point, I'm trying to see.
It ain't against the law.
It's not against the law, but it's in poor taste. Um, so speaking of the Grayson stabbing, which is directly related to the plasma ring. So do you feel like the show is like the storyline is believable with the plasma ring, since we know that plasma is very valuable because of the healing properties and what have you. Do you think the show is doing a good job of rolling out this kind of black market thing as it pertains to the plasma, or is it just too full of inconsistencies?
Um, I think for a local area such as they are, I think it makes sense because for their local area, that's big, that's huge, right? Because it's dealing with a hospital, and a hospital administrator is going to be part of it. So it's huge. It's going to be huge. They don't know that yet, but it's going to be huge. The inconsistencies. Look, when I'm watching TV, I very rarely do I think about what doesn't make sense. I'm here for the ride, especially when you take off the shirt.
Well, yes, especially in soap opera world, right? And then especially a predominantly black cast soap opera. I'm here for the ride as well. Like, I'm so excited about this show.
And you know what? Because of you, I've been paying more attention to the fashion, if you will. And I was like, damn, these people, they can dress. Even when, you know, they clown, what's her name? Dana's daughter all the time. They thrift shop clothes, whatever, but I'm sorry. She looks good.
Eva is eating it up. So and again, like every time I watch, I'm just enamored, honestly. And the only person that I think I complained about this off camera about Bill and his horrible suits. I feel like they've gotten better with them, but like across the board though, like it's just a great wardrobe, you know, for all of the players. It's just with Bill, it's something that's just like
hair too.
It's something like a zoot suit. I don't know. It's just something that's just. It's just not.
I tried to change the subject, but you went right back to it.
He's got the hair too, and he's an attractive man. Let's be very clear. Even though he went to Alcorn, he's an attractive man. You know, he's a really good-looking man. But it's just, my goodness, and he also plays the wrong fraternity. But that's another show. We're not gonna go there. We're gonna leave that alone. And we're gonna continue. So, Leah, speaking because you mentioned her previously, the chief of the hospital, basically. She clearly does not trust Ashley. She really is bullying Ashley, which is like, I want Ashley to drop her nuts. Like, Ashley, I'm gonna need you to grow a pair, because at this point now, this is getting on my nerves. I get that this is your boss, but she is clearly up in your face bullying you. So how do you feel? How long do you feel that Ashley can be this rule follower before Leah kind of catches her red-handed? Because we know she took the medicine. That happened in across these 3 episodes, and you know she's a good girl, but not really. You know, she's flawed. So how do you think? How much longer do you think Ashley can kind of keep this rule follower thing going?
Not very long. Because Jacob is closing in. It's only I think that Smitty is going to put 2 and 2 together. He already saw her, and that look that they gave, and the camera panned and did all of that, which makes me think that it's somewhere in his mind. He wants to see how far up it goes, because there's no way that a hospital would lose those kinds of records and someone from up top doesn't know, right? And yeah, I think he's going to put those pieces together.
I'm going to see where Smitty sniffing gets him. But I do enjoy watching him. I think he is just the most adorable little thing. I really do. Ashley, again, I just really feel like they could write her off. But we're here now. Maybe they're giving her some depth with this Grayson character. So we're going to see.
I don't think they're going to write her out.
I don't think they would either, because they don't love me enough, and that's fine. But again, at least they're giving her some depth, like I say, with the Grayson character and his shadiness and all of that. So we're gonna see. Maybe Ashley may end up being one of my favorites in the end. We'll see. Doubt it, but we'll see.
But you know what? I'm with you. I think we love characters who defy the odds. Like we come to know you as this one thing, but the minute you flip the script, that is when we fall in love with you, right? So, there were times when Dana showed her compassion, and that was when, like, I think that was when America was just like, oh, okay, I don't like, well, you're a good bad girl, but there's something about you that I like. You know what I'm saying? And I think the opposite is true too. When you're a good girl and you do something bad, this might be her entryway into doing something bad. Well, it really was, because she stole the mess.
You 100% did. Showed up for a shift you weren't scheduled for. Now you're lying. So there's the whole dishonesty piece. So you're falling down the rabbit hole again because you have fallen for a guy. Ultimately, it breaks down to that. And like with the Leslie thing, given
I don't know
that,
how I feel about that.
huh?
I don't know how I feel about that, because she fell for a guy. I mean, it's true. It is true. But
how many of us have made some poor decisions based on our way?
yeah.
I know several.
Yeah.
But I digress. And as far as Leslie is concerned, Leslie, Dana, John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt, all of her personalities, love her.
And the way it just flowed off your tongue.
But the epitome of villains don't start off as villains, right? And so I love that. That tracks with my whole belief system when it comes to, there's just a bad person.
Lust that.
De Leon Core, say the whole thing. Yes. We always find a way to go there. So Vernon Dupree. So he makes this sacrifice, right? So he offers to take over Martin's debt with Joey Armstrong. Will this put Vernon permanently in debt with Joey? And will he be able to ante up whatever it is that Joey wants in return?
Oh, he's not going to be able to. Whatever it is that Joey wants, he's not going to be able to do it. He's going to go back and forth. Eventually he's going to do it. He's going to find some kind of way to do it, and it's going to be big. And it's setting up a major plot point. I don't know how long is that plot point going to last, because on this storyline, it happens quick. Things be happening quick on this soap opera. It's not like what you call it. What was it? I used to love to watch Young and the Restless. A storyline would last for a whole year. It was starting the summer and it would end the next summer.
We microwave now as viewers, right? We need more. We need it faster. We need it quicker. TikTok exists, Facebook, all the things, and everybody has these blogs and everything going on about the show. So there are different pressures on these soap operas that did not exist when. And so I'm not mad at it. I do like a build. Let's build, but then there are also times I'm like, let's just get to the point. I'm interested to see where that Vernon Dupree, love him. So Bill, good Lord, my Bill. So tensions arise between Naomi and Haley when Naomi walks in and Bill is basically choking, and Haley is just like complete inaction, right? She just seems unbothered, not really trying to help him out. And so this raises a major red flag for Naomi, which Naomi already has several flags as it pertains to her stepmother. So how long do you think Bill is going to view Haley through these rose-colored glasses?
It depends on what Tomas finds out. And Tomas, he's gonna give it to him slowly. He's gonna know, but he's gonna give it to Bill slowly. And so I think the tension is gonna turn to Tomas. And what Tomas probably will do is he will tell his girlfriend, what's his girlfriend name? Chelsea. He's gonna tell, or Kat. He's gonna tell Kat, and she gonna be her little podcast detective, and she gonna she. And she gonna be helped by her auntie.
Speaking of Danny, dude. when Tomas, so speaking of Tomas and the whole debacle with that, we know that he's investigating Lynette, right? She has no digital footprint, which is causing a major red flag for a lot of the players in the game, right? No social media, no employment trail. Um, and then she's missing. So do we feel like Haley is believable as being exploited, that Lynette just kind of came in and rocked her world? Or so do we believe Haley as basically this person that has been conned by Lynette?
Fuck no. but that's because we know what's really going on, right? So no, we don't. However, is it believable enough for everyone else to believe her? Yes, it is believable enough for everyone else to believe her that she has been conned.
So, do we think that Lynette is gonna resurface and be Haley's undoing, or is it gonna be something else?
So, okay, so I do not believe that her cousin killed Lynette. I can't believe that. So I do believe that she's gonna resurface. I always have like these theories in my head about what's really going on behind the scenes. I think so. I was on social media and a lot of people were talking about Lynette, and so I'm thinking they're thinking, ooh, she could be another bad girl, if you will, for the show. And so they're probably like rethinking what they're going to do with her character, negotiating a contract, all that other good stuff. And so I think that's what's happening right now.
That's actually fair. And she's attractive, right? But this whole cast is a very attractive cast. And I love the fact that it's so layered, right? Because aside from Sammy slash what's his name? The cousin of Haley.
The one that works for Joey?
Yes. The made up name was Sammy. Can't think of the name that he really goes by with Joey. But at any rate, outside of him, we really had nothing to go off of with Haley. And so adding another player who is a con artist extraordinaire to the game, makes me wonder, okay, are they going to give any more background into who Haley was before? They've alluded to things. They've mentioned other things with other cons and all of this, interested to see if they're going to dig a little bit deeper into who she was, how she kind of got in the game and all of these things. Really curious about that. But I like them throwing Lynette in the mix because, it seems like Lynette was, so to speak, under Haley's tutelage, right? And so the student has pretty much surpassed the master because now she is literally knee deep in your stuff and she is about to blow your whole world up. So I do see her resurfacing, but completely tracks, makes sense with, perhaps renegotiating their content track and whatever behind the scenes outside of the actual show. So I'm not ready for them to put Haley to bed, though. I think Haley is going to be a major player in this show. She's going to be around for a while. I just see that she just makes for good drama, much like Leslie, loves to hate her. And so
I want to see what is going to happen, like when the shoe drops, when Bill finds out who she really is, how that's going to play itself out. I'm certain he's going to be near death and all that other good stuff. And she's going to get some money. She's going to hide it and all kinds of stuff. And he's going to try to get it and all of that. But I want to see her be a player, much like Leslie, Dana. I want to see her be like a major player, like that's rocking their world and they don't know what to do with her. I want to see that.
I'm with you. You didn't mention it today, but you mentioned it in the past. We've seen the restaurant. We've seen the country club, the Orphe jeans and all of these things, and the casino. I want to see the courtroom. I'm with you on that.
Mm.
Like, I want to see whatever it is, however they play it out. Take us to the courtroom. You know, I do want to see that. I think that will be a game changer for this show.
More drama.
Because it's more drama than a whole Law and Order rendition of Beyond the Gate. So just another question about Martin, our favorite person for you to talk about. You know how much you love to talk about Martin Richardson, right? So aside from him putting his family under a microscope and being in the political ring, how do we feel about Martin kind of forcing Kat to make nice with Eva?
I'm always thinking about these people's personality, right? So the character, it makes sense. He's a politician. He wants everybody to get along because he sees the bigger picture. So it makes sense. And then on the other side of things, that is your sister. Bottom line, plain and simple, that's your sister. At some point, you got to let it go. Yes, it happened. Yes, it was okay. It was. I agree with you, but let it go. Let it go. Let it go. If you're gonna be mad at somebody, be mad at her mama. Don't be mad at her, because she at least tried to stop it. She tried to warn people. She tried to get people to leave the room. She tried. She was really, really trying. Okay. So let it go.
I'm a fan of Eva. I am. I just am a fan of Eva. It is what it is. All right. So, any things that we did not discuss that are points of interest for these 3 episodes of Beyond the Gates? Something that's fancy, something you wonder about, or any?
Well, it was that scene when Ted was in the locker room with Smitty. And I was like, if I was Ted, what would I do?
Not sleep with your son-in-law.
No. I'm not. I'm just like, but you looking at all of that, and then you gotta. I mean, it's a lot to look at. It's a lot to look at
in this show in general,
and that's the first time that we've ever seen that. I mean, we've seen Jacob, we've seen Danny's husband. What's his name? I forget his name. We've seen him half naked. Yeah, first episode we saw both of them half naked. I mean, and then now all of a sudden we see Smitty, and I'm just like, oh,
and
no.
He's smitten.
Yeah. And here's the thing: I've been smitten with Smitty since the show first started.
Good looking, yes, very good looking. Just
And then they give me this. Oh Lord, what they want me to do?
Perfect for the thumbnail. Perfect for the thumbnail.
Yeah. And they gave us Tomas. They gave us Tomas over the summer, last summer. See, that's how I remember stuff.
Oh, Tomas, my little tamale. Yeah.
They give us Smitty during Sweep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they want them.
We'll take what we can get every inch.
Okay.
So this is not that show that we're doing on Thursday. So from Mayfair to 10, across these 3 episodes, how do we feel about last week's installments of Beyond the Gates?
I'm gonna give it a bonus point for Smitty.
Smitty. Thank you, Smitty.
I'm gonna give it a 7. I'm gonna give it a 7. They're still setting stuff up. Okay.
And so, for me, literally the exact same score that I had in mind was a 7, simply because I feel like I got cheated out of 2 episodes, but they did put a lot into these 3 episodes. So I wasn't upset. I was just confused. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Am I missing something? Where are the episodes? What's going on? But
Mhm.
I feel like they had enough going on to keep my attention. So,
Mhm.
a solid 7 for me as well.
And what was so amazing about it was only like 32 minutes. Like each of these episodes were very short. Like normally they're like between 36 and 42 minutes. And then all of a sudden it's 32 minutes. And so to say that they only gave us 32 minutes, it was a lot that they packed in. It was almost as if they were cutting things out to kind of, give us a week's worth of drama.
Listen, you don't have to be getting at anything for an hour and a half, 2 hours. It's the creativity that you put into those minutes that make things better, right? There's somebody in my background clowning. But yes, it is. It's this what you put into those minutes that matter, right? Those minutes break down to seconds. Right? You do the best that you can in those. And some of the best times of my life have happened in 2 minutes. No filler. 2 minutes flat. You gotta be creative, right? And so across these 3 episodes and beyond in those 3 episodes as opposed to 5. I have seen 5 episodes in the show and have been unimpressed. And so yeah, we're good. This is a strong 7 for me as well.
Okay. That's what's up.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us on Scored. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and please share. And we will see you again next week. Also, join us for Heated Rivalry, where we do not cover things from Mayfair to 10, but from Don't Call Me Again to 10 inches. Okay.
It always happens at the end of the show when shit just gets good. Bye.